to another episode of the Bet on Me podcast. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2024, and this is episode number 148. We're almost up to episode 150. That's insane. I know I got some people that watched the podcast, watch it all the way through, watch it to its fullest extent. I really appreciate the people that do that. Couldn't tell you, you guys and gals out there that are checking it out, how much I truly appreciate it. Whether you watch us on YouTube or check us out over on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, really appreciate it. And if you're new to the podcast, all those links are down below in the description. You know, you can follow us over on the Discord where we're always chatting it up and giving out plays over on X, formerly known as Twitter. You can follow us there, Bet on Me Pod. I think it's over here somewhere in the corner. It's been an exciting year already in football. We've got championship games lined up. Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens, the Detroit Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I've said them about 15 fucking times now. Anyway, great night last night. Games, were stellar. Just can't say enough. Really upset because I had a parlay out over the weekend. I got some plays I'm gonna put out here on the podcast as well. Hanging out in beautiful East Tennessee. That's right. If you don't know what city this is behind me, it's the great city of Knoxville. Anyway, a lot going on in sports, a lot going on in life. But Houston Texans, we had them plus 9.5. I really thought that Houston could hang on, but Lamar Jackson, he wasn't fucking around this year. He got in there, he got it done. And it was what it was, and it is what it is, and that was basically busting the parlay right there as soon as it started. But we powered on. We had Green Bay plus 9.5. We took them on the points as well. I just thought that. You know, 10.5 points is a lot in an NFL game. So, um, took Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco won the game. I'm not a fan of Brock Purdy. I think he's got a great team around him. He's got good coaching, good defense. I think I don't think they're going to make it past the next level, but I mean, hey, we'll see. They could go to the Super Bowl, and if they do go to the Super Bowl, shit, it could be one of those years where the brothers win titles. Harbaugh and Harbaugh. But either way, we had Green Bay plus 9.5. Detroit on the money line. That was juice 290 minus 290. But I don't care. I didn't know if they'd cover by the 6.5. I thought maybe Tampa Bay would keep it close. It was a day for the points for me, the underdogs. I thought the dogs were gonna keep it close, and they didn't. So Lions won on that one, and we got it. They only beat them, I think it was by 10, something like that. It wasn't by that much, but still, I'm pretty sure it was double digits. Um, Still pretty impressive by the Lions to be able to handle that. I mean, the game to me was never in doubt for them. I never thought it's kind of like the Ravens. Once that game started, you just didn't think it was ever going to go the other way. You kind of knew, okay, these are the teams that are going to move forward. The Packers kind of gave you, you kind of think, well, they're almost there. They're almost there. I mean, a game away from going to the Super Bowl. What can you say? I mean, or a game away from a game away to be able to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, you know, what can you ask for, right? So, Buffalo Bills, the Bills. Is Diggs gonna stay in Buffalo? From what I understand, it would be hell. Excuse me, it would be hell to get him out of there because they owe him so much in his contract. The way it's structured right now, it would be a huge cap hit. I think if they try to get rid of him. So I don't think that's going to happen. But something's going to have to happen because from what I'm understanding, his performance last night wasn't up to par with the money he's commanding. So that's kind of a problem when you consider yourself one of the elite players in the league and you're trying to command all this money and you don't show up in these big moments whenever the team needs you. Um, but I mean, honestly, I think Buffalo gave it their best shot. I just think Kansas City and the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is just, probably just all around a better quarterback, can see the game, see the field better than Josh Allen. But yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs going on to face the Ravens. I think that's the game. I'm really hoping that these are good games right now. The total they're giving the Ravens 3.5. Ravens at home, but on FanDuel right now that minus 3.5 is sitting at plus 100. So that's telling you that the plus 3.5 for Kansas City is minus 122. A little juice on that one. So the money line sits at plus 146 for the Chiefs, and the Ravens at minus 174. So they are favored in this game, of course, by 3.5. The total is set at 44.5. Not really sure what we're looking at there yet, but that just goes to show you that that's going to be a damn club. That's I hate to say it, but I feel like that's going to be the Super Bowl, depending on who goes through. And I hate to say that, but I feel like if we get, if the Lions do push on and beat San Francisco, like I hope they do, they're a 6.6.5 point dog at, out there in the Bay at San Francisco, minus 310 on the money line for San Francisco, plus 250 on the money line for the Detroit Lions. 50.5 is the total as I'm seeing it right now. And yeah, top favorites to score anytime touchdowns through Lamar Jackson and Travis Kelsey, both setting at around 110 and 125 in the plus money there. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be one of those where it's I hope the Lions can keep it competitive. I really do because I'm rooting for the Lions all the way. But if the Ravens get there, it'd be cool to see anybody but San Francisco. I'm sorry, that's mainly because I was wrong about the Dallas Cowboys making it to the Super Bowl this year, and I really don't want to be wrong about Brock Purdy. So if they prove me wrong, that's just gonna piss me off. Anyway, we got some picks going on tonight. We'll go ahead and get those out right now. I think everybody's coming here for the picks. They don't want to hear about this BS where I'm wrong, where I'm right. Even though half the time I don't know if I'm wrong or I'm right, until I'm wrong or I'm right. And then it's like, what happened? It's like, well, I thought this would all line up, and then it didn't. Thought Stroud would play better. And he didn't. Sorry, I'm just killing time right now trying to pull this up. I should have already had it pulled up. But anyway, these are the picks that we're going with tonight. We got some NBA and some NHL picks for everybody out there tonight. We are taking in the NBA the Detroit Pistons. I'm going to take them. They are at home against the Bucks tonight. I'm going to take them plus 12.5. I've got the Spurs tonight going into Philly. I'm taking the Spurs at plus 14 on the points. Let's see here. Boston Celtics are going down to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. I'm taking the Boston Celtics on the money line, minus 154. Let's see here. This is in hockey now, moving over to the NHL, of course. I love betting on hockey, love watching hockey. You guys know that if you're here watching the podcast, follow along. I am taking the Winnipeg Jets, Boston Bruins. I'm taking the under of 5.5 goals on that game, minus 120. And I parlayed all this together because that's just how I roll most of the time. Chicago Blackhawks is my dog of the day or night or whatever you want to call it. Anytime I try to start something like that, I never, like really like keep it going and finish it. So anyway, well, it got bright all of a sudden, didn't it? Chicago Blackhawks dog of the day plus 340 on the money line. Money line. They're taking on Vancouver, the Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver. Like I said, I think the Chicago Blackhawks get the win there tonight. If you don't like that, you can take them on the puck spread. I think it's plus 1.5. I like minus, 220. The hockey puck lines are so fucking juiced. We're not getting into that right now. Anyway, don't forget to join us on the next podcast when we are talking about more NFL. We'll dive more into it, talk about anytime touchdown scores, some prop bets, give those out on the next podcast. And don't forget to follow all the links below if you want to follow on the Discord and get all my plays that I'm putting out tonight. I'll definitely put out a couple more tonight, other than the ones that I put out here on the podcast. I know I'm one of those guys that put out 1,000,000 plays. Look, guys, I'm trying to get fucking rich. All right, that's why we're doing it. No, but I got my plays. And yeah, we're going to put out probably some prop bets, something like that later on. So hop over on the Discord to get all those plays. Follow us over on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. And yeah, I'm on Instagram and TikTok if you're into that. But, that's the podcast. Let's have a great day. It is Monday. Let's look forward to that one. All right, everybody. Let's have a good night.